and gentlemen, we are back on another episode of Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. I'm your host, Big Bro, aka Big Kev. And listen, man, it was a nice performance from the White Sox today, this afternoon. We did have a Cubs game versus the Cincinnati Reds get canceled, postponed due to weather. So I guess they're going to make that game up at some point. But today you had Dylan Cease take the mound and take care of business. And then Renando Lopez came in and took care of business as well. The White Sox were able to get the victory 7-3. We're going to talk about that and more with Eloy being shut down, Tim Anderson getting ejected from the game today right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's start the show.
All right. Chicago Baseball Central, Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs Central. The White Sox collected another 13 hits today. Another 13. So out of the 5 games that they've played, out of the 6 games that they've played, they've hit double-digit hits in 5 out of the 6. You can't be mad at that. Couple of walks. I don't even think they hit a home run today. That's how good they were. They got them on, got them over, and got them in. So the White Sox improved to 3-3 for the season, and they needed to bounce back after getting their tails handed to them by this same team a couple of days ago. Thank God that the weather didn't impede this game because it looked like it was going to be pretty bad. But fortunately for the White Sox, they were able to get the game in on time. And thank God for these new rules because these games are ending in 3 hours or less. So shout out to the MLB for changing the rules to allow fans to be able to get in and get out and not have to sit around waiting 4 or 5 hours for the game to end. So let me pull up these stats real quick, man. It's been a great week for sports, man. When baseball is back, it just means it's all day sports from baseball, basketball. The postseason for basketball is coming up real soon with the Chicago Bulls being a part of the play-in. But yeah, it's gonna be, the White Sox, they led the whole way. They were up 2-0 at the end of one. Then it was 2-1 for a long time. Then it ended up being 4-1 in the 5th inning. And then the White Sox put on 3 more runs in the 7th inning to make it 7-1. And Jock Peterson, former Cub Jock Peterson, Major League champion, I believe he got a championship with the Atlanta Braves. He hit a 2-run double at the top of the 9th. But other than that, the White Sox just weren't threatened. 13 hits to 4, 1 error for both teams, couple of walks, and again, as I mentioned, Tim Anderson he got ejected because he felt like he didn't get an opportunity to call a timeout on a pitch, and he went to the dugout. He was still barking, and the umpire tossed him from the game for that. So that's good though. Keep that fire. Uh, Keep that fire, Tim Anderson, man. You're a leader on this squad. The guys were up, so losing you didn't really hurt too tough. So yeah, man, it was a wonderful game. Right before the game, it was announced that Eloy Jimenez was placed on the injured reserve for the next 2 to 3 weeks with a left hamstring injury early in the season again for him. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, man, a lot of the White Sox got hits today. They took care of business, and Dylan Cease was out there. He had 10 points. I mean, not 10 points. Forgive me, I talk a lot of basketball. He had 10 strikeouts in his first start, and another 8 strikeouts today. So you got 18 strikeouts to start the season for Dylan Cease, the Chicago White Sox ace. Will take this victory after getting blown out 12-3 on Monday. Game 3, the rubber match is tomorrow. Look for the White Sox to try to go ahead and take the series win as well as go 1 game above 500. Everybody got in on the action today with the exception of Tim Anderson because, he got kicked out and Yasmani Grandal didn't get any hits. But even Elvis Andrews got a hit today, and he's been terrible. So you had Alberto going 1 for 3. He singled, and the rookie Colas scored when he did that. And then in the 8th inning, he flied out. Luis Robert had a game today, man. He had a single, 1 strikeout, but a double, and another single, and some scores. He got an RBI as well. So good start to the whole season for Luis Robert, who's averaging 333. He's playing tremendous defense on the outside. Elvis Andrew got his 2000th hit today. Andrew McCutcheon looked like he should get his 2000th hit at some point this season. You're going to have 5 active players with 2,000 or more hits, with Miguel Cabrera with 3,000, and then the rest of these guys way behind him, way behind him. But shout out to Elvis Andrews for getting his 2,000th hit. That's a major milestone. Benintendi had 2 hits today as well. Moncada had 2 hits and an RBI. So he's on fire to start the season. He's still hitting 440. Just to let you know, batting 440. Andrew Vaughn with another RBI as well, going 1 for 4. Gavin Sheets in for Eloy Jimenez, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He raised his batting average to 222, and then Yasmandi, he didn't do anything today, 0 for 3. And then Colas with 1 for 4 and a run scored, and then Elvis Andrew with 1 for 4 as well. Like I said, Dylan Cease was out there. Dylan 8 strikeouts, 5 walks, 1 earned run, 1 hit given up, and 5 innings pitched. He got the win for the day, so shout out to him. He didn't get a win in the first one; it was a no decision, but the White Sox actually won that game. Aaron Bummer came in. I don't trust this guy. He gave up a hit and a walk, but he did strike out somebody. So shout out to him. And then Lopez was dealing, throwing, at 100 miles, 99 miles per hour, so on and so forth. So there you have it, man. The White Sox, they broke the game open in the 7th inning, kind of like the Cubs did yesterday. So make sure you guys like and comment, man. Let us know what you think. Emails, go ahead and hit us up on the email. That'll allow us to, to read some of the things that you guys want to talk about. And then I got a phone number. So it's 773-389-6954. That's 773-389-6954. Start hitting us with those voicemails so we can play them live on here and respond to them. But yeah, we're looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the White Sox victory today over the San Francisco Giants. Tim Anderson got ejected in the bottom of the 3rd inning by just completely unloading on the umpire as he was called for a strike when he thought he was able to call a timeout, but he thought he was fast pitched and he didn't take too kindly to that. So he ended up getting ejected from the game. But like I said, man, you like to see that fire from your leaders on this team, man, and hopefully it doesn't lead to like any suspensions or anything like that, because that would just be completely unnecessary. But shout out to the White Sox for getting a much needed win. I mean, I know it's early, but this win was necessary, considering how you just don't want to start slow in baseball. You kind of at least want to be at around 500 for the first couple of months of the season, and then make your move through the summer as the weather starts to get warmer and the game starts to get more intense. So yeah, you don't want to fall too far below 500. So shout out to the White Sox for getting back to 500 today, looking to go a game above 500 tomorrow in the rubber match versus San Francisco. And hopefully these bats can stay hot, another double-digit hits, maybe a couple of home runs as well. But hey, let's pray for Eloy Jimenez. Hopefully his body is strong enough to sustain an entire season this year, because man, we cannot afford to keep him out again. It kind of feels like the Chicago Bulls situation where they constantly dealing with injuries, and the Bears where they're constantly dealing with things. So Chicago sports have been dealing with their star players getting hurt and not being available for a long time now, since pretty much the D Rose circumstance. And we're looking forward to the White Sox putting together a nice stretch and possibly a nice postseason run. So there you have it, guys. White Sox with another victory over this time over the San Francisco Giants, and they got a game tomorrow afternoon for the rubber match for the White Sox, for the chance to take the 2-1 series win, as well as to move to 4-3, 1 game above 500. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox content. Make sure you guys hit us up, like, subscribe, comment, so we can respond to your comments. And then also check us out across all the different channels that we have for Chicago sports. There's NBA Central, Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Sky Central, and the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, where we do live calls. You can turn your TV down, turn us up, check us out. We're doing all this for Chicago, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Shout out to the White Sox for the good win today. And I'm your boy, Big Bro. We're going to get up out of here. We appreciate you guys for joining us. about to get ready to wrap it up. If you're just joining us, Eloy Jimenez is on a 10-day IL with a low-grade hamstring strain. He's expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Then you had Tim Anderson get ejected from the game today because he was cursing out the umpire. But other than that, the White Sox had a strong showing. They got a nice win, 7-3, and we're gonna see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's